guys, it's Vismal here, and I'm back with the deku transformation quirk. Now, I'm pretty sure this is part 3. Before we start, don't forget to check out my other channels, because they will be at the end of the video in the description below. So with that, don't forget to share, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. So let's start this what if already. So where we last left off, Deku, what the hell? Oh wait, sorry guys, I got lost for a second. Deku did All Might's Hero vs. Villains test, or assignment. Today Deku's going to the USJ. But first, what did Deku hear about the US trip? He thinks so. How can he use his different forms to save people? Like using Spanish to swing around, or using Ghost Rider to absorb fire. After a couple days of training, the day of the USJ has come up. With the USJ trip, I meant. But as riding the bus, I saw asked Deku a question. She asked, "That is only form, or does he have more?" That's when Yuka says that she has a good point. You can gain new forms or something. There's something response to it, kind of. But how I get a new form is very difficult. That's when Todoroki asks, How? How do you get a new form? The teacher said, I better not talk about it. Yuka is persistent until later I make her stop. But as Deku and the rest arrive, they're greeted by 13. As she's telling them what they're planning on doing today, a portal opens up in the middle of a building. That's when somebody said, they didn't know we had fake villains. But then Deku's stopwatch begins to glow until a set of words saying, New form nearby appears on it. That's when Deku sees a group of giant robots. That's when Deku hears Aizawa say, Those are not fake villains, those are real. Aizawa then tells 13 to keep the students safe. Then a portal opens up, and even though 13 tried to fight them, she lost. Or they lost, I meant. That's when Deku thinks to himself, they're not going to win. She transforms into Ghost Rider and shoots some fire while causing some explosions. That's when he tells Lita that he should run. And after arguing for a few seconds, he runs, but then they all get sucked up and thrown into different areas. But as Deku lands in the water, his flaming skull goes out. But first, before somebody can attack him, he transforms to Venom and basically makes the villain pee himself. After watching the movie Venom, pretty sure Venom's a good swimmer. After Deku jumps onto the boat and says, Help, villain! Deku says, Shut up, it's me. Deku then turns back to normal and says, We need to figure out how to get out of here. And he tells them their abilities. That's when I have to ask, does he have any form that can help taking these villains down? That's when Deku realizes something. Then stands up onto the railing and says, I'm warning you all, if you don't get out of the water, I'm going to defeat you, and it's going to be painful. So one person says, You're joking, right? We outnumber you. That's when Deku says, Pikachu. That's when you see Deku transform to Pikachu. Then all the villains start laughing. And then I ask, what is he supposed to do? That's when Deku says, Pikachu. That's when Midas asks, What? That's when Asu asks, Are those sparks from his cheeks? Then the villains stop laughing, see that he is creating sparks. And when one of the villains screams, Run! Before they can even move, they'll get electrocuted by a thunderbolt or electric ball. That's when Deku looks at the group. Midas says, How can something so small be so dangerous? They'll transform back to normal, so they can save his time limit. But they jump off and start swimming until they reach Aizawa's fight. As they're watching Deku just can't stop himself from thinking, he needs help, he needs to do something. But then, a glowing hand appears on Aizawa. Then Aizawa gets shot. That's when Deku sees the robot and shot Aizawa. As the robot gets nearer to Aizawa to get it end him, its watch goes up. That's when Deku thinks to himself, the robot must have been brought here by the same guy who gave him his powers. But he sees that the robot is about to shoot Aizawa. That's when Deku says, Pikachu! Shoots an electric ball at the robot, knocking it out. Then another robot charges at him. Before he gets hit, he jumps on a robot and shocks it. He then turns and spins around and grabs another robot by the feet and swings it into another robot. But again, a villain named Joker says that he is annoying and tells Nomo to grab him. Spinel is so small, Nomo just grabs him with one hand. And then the two robots point their hands at him. Deku says, Venom! That's when he breaks out the Nomu's hand and smashes the two robots before charging at Nomu. But as he charges at the robot, charges at the Nomu, like, this thing is strong. But as the Nomu shoves him and tries to smash him, and Sugar says, Kill him, Nomu! Kill him! Deku destroys all these robots like it's nothing, which pisses off Shigaraki. And Deku says, "Stand back or else." Nomu throws a punch. Deku, or Venom, whatever you want to call him, creates a blade and cuts the arm off. The arm then regrows. Deku says, "Damn it," before getting punched. As he tries to get up, he turns back to normal. But that's when he sees the watch begin to float. As it floats, it tries to fly in the direction of the robot corpse. And when Deku says, he better be useful. But as Deku tries to stand up, Nomu charges at him. As he touches the robot, it disappears and turns into a small desk. So Nomu smacks him. Deku breaks a few ribs. When he puts the disc, but then he's like, "What was the disc gonna do?" But that's when he puts the disc into his watch. But he then transforms into the robot. But as he stands up, the robot form changes. Instead of having 4 arms or 4 legs, it has 2 arms and 2 legs. Also seems to have more strength. That's when the Nomu tries to smash Deku. Deku stands his ground and grabs grabs the Nomu's hand. But he then realizes he's getting pushed down and he's breaking the floor. Doesn't think himself. Couldn't this guy create fire? His arms begin to glow and burn the Nomu. Then Deku charges at Nomu and burns him a lot. But the Nomu knocks off Deku, he realized something. The Nomu's wounds are healing. Then Deku realizes that he can't heal, but he cauterizes the wounds. That's when he thinks of a plan. He turns into Venom and charges at the Nomu. He cuts off his hand and then turns back to normal into the robot. Turns into Nomu. Turns into a robot and cauterizes the arm, which stops him from growing limbs. But that's when Deku hears that he doesn't like cheaters. That's when he sees Shigaraki touch him. But the robot turns into dust. Deku transforms back to normal. But before Shigaraki can touch him, he stops when he hears an explosion. That's when he sees All Might on top of a staircase. All Might even runs so fast, he knocks out 3 villains and punches Shigaraki. But as they start fighting with the Nomu, All Might is slowly winning the fight. He doesn't use as much power because Deku took one of the Nomu's arm off and he damaged it a lot. But as he's fighting the Nomu, the other heroes show up with Lead Eye and other heroes and thanks him. But with the help of the other teachers, All Might is able to contain All Might. All Might is able to contain the Nomu and help everybody. I don't think I see Shigaraki escaping, but then chase after him. But he then turns and sees All Might turn into a feral old man. So then asks Deku to hide him. So Deku transforms his Spinel and switches herself into a blanket and covers him until Memento is able to block everybody's view. But Deku helps him into a metal car, so asks Deku to keep this private. But everybody goes back. After a couple hours, they ask to talk to Deku in private. The next day, Deku works in the principal office. But that's when Deku sees that he's surrounded by every hero. That's when Nezuko asks if he knows why he's here. Deku says he does not know. That's when that guy in a trench coat shows up. He says, "We're gonna find out what your ties to the League are." He says he has no ties with them. But the trench coat guy says he's lying. Person Mike upset and Midnight really used a quirk. And Deku realizes this guy probably has a lot to do with a quirk. That's when Deku says that he only has connections to the one person working with the League. He didn't even know he was working with the League until those robots showed up. And this guy asks if he's telling the truth. And Tsusachu? I don't know, the detective, All Might's friend, with the light to take a quirk. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Says yes. Also, I'm not sure. And also, I don't know how to pronounce his name. Since I mostly read the manga. But I'm still just going to call him the detective. Nezuko then asks, what is his name? Because this is infamous. And I can't pronounce that name either. Just K, I can. Like I was saying, but the detective says he's telling the truth. So then I ask, how does he know him? So Deku says, if I told you how I knew him, you probably think I'm crazy. Deku says, tell us. So Deku said, he gave me some sort of superpower that lets him transform into things from the multiverse, because he claims to be some sort of god of the multiverse that wants me to become the perfect hero for his entertainment. And he says all the heroes, as he says this, But the heroes look at him. Nezu then says, "Oh, so you give your quirk instead to give the villain robots because he's obsessed. He's crazy for him. Sorry guys, I can't speak. He, and if he, like I was saying, because he's obsessed with you, if he thinks they had robots and attack the USJ, then he might become a better hero in the future. Because he thinks you'll be an amazing hero, but he wants to push you to your limits. And Deku says, pretty much. Then he also asks if he's planning on helping the heroes. I mean, planning on helping the villains or heroes. Deku says he's not helping the villains. He only wants to become a hero and sleep above a smile. The detective says, that's when Nezu asks if he's telling the truth. The detective says awkwardly yes. Nezu asks how he knew about the USJ attack. USJ. That's when Deku says, he seems to always be watching me. That's when Nezu looks up and says, if he can see, show himself. That's when my avatar shows up, looks at Nezu and says, I hate the fact that I have to make you so smart. But don't the hero try to fight him, either taking their attacks or just going to do them. But as Nezu sees this, he looks at him and says, you're Power, but what are you? And he just responds with, I'm a god, obviously. But guys, I'm going to end the video here. But before I end the video here, don't forget to subscribe, share the video, and go beyond plus ultra.